What's up, guys? So today we're going to take a look at my Mexi Strat here that I bought about 6 months ago. It was an interesting endeavor. I was looking for something for clean tones and that Strat-like lead guitar tone, you know, and I played this at Guitar Center. I liked how it felt at the time. Probably didn't play it as much as I probably should have. Kind of screwed myself. But yes, I just want to run through some of the things that I liked about it and some of the things that I changed because I didn't like that, and some things that pretty much unfixable. First, let's talk about the good stuff. The good stuff about this Fender Strat is that it had an amazing clean tone. Of course, that's kind of the staple of Stratocasters, but yes, the clean tone was amazing, you know, and if you're doing a lightly distorted tone, sounds great. Has a nice crunch to it. If you want that glassy sound, you can totally pull that off. You know, I left the middle pickup in there because of that, because the middle pickup has like this spanky yet full sound. It's a really cool sound. So the middle pickup is still original. The lead pickup was a little too, what's the words for it? Dry. It just didn't have a lot of dynamic range to me. It felt kind of flat. So I wasn't a big fan of that, so I changed that one out. That's got a Duncan in it right now. This has a DiMarzio Titan. This I use for rhythm playing. You know, when I'm playing, I play a lot of metal, so I needed something a little bit more defined. And the DiMarzio Titan does a good job. The original pickup was kind of muddy, muffled. It would have been great for like classic rock or, you know, maybe blues and things like that, but it just didn't work for what I was going to use it for, so I changed it out. As far as electronics all stayed the same other than the pickups. The tuners were a serious problem. So within the first month that I had it, I couldn't keep the damn thing in tune at all. It would constantly fall out of tune. So, and I barely use the bar too, because I don't really care for these bars, but I barely use the bar and it just kept falling out of tune. So I changed those tuners out, put locking tuners on it. They are Planet Waves locking tuners. They did a great job, works like a champ. I barely have to tune it anymore. So it definitely holds its tuning with decent tuners in it. Shitty that I had to spend $80 to do it, but that's what happened. As far as other things that I didn't particularly like about it. The biggest thing that I didn't like about it was the availability of the action. It was super difficult to get the action low. It's not low. It's very, very high, and I have little hands. So when I play up here, you know, I want pretty fluid, easy action. I don't want anything super high, but this is very high, and it's because it has a rounded fretboard, okay? Which makes it really easy to play chords and things like that up here, and the lead playing up here is pretty decent. But once you get about the 9th fret and down, it is very high action. It is pretty hard to shred on this thing for me. It doesn't work. I have several other guitars. I have 2 PRSs. I have a Sterling 7-string. I have a Jackson Dinky. I have a Schecter. All those guitars, I can get that action real low. This guitar, not happening. And I took it to a guitar tech. He's the one who installed the pickups and the tuners, and he couldn't get it any lower. He said, that's about as low as you're going to get before you start getting fret buzz. And I was like, crap. Well, that's not what I wanted to hear. So, I mean, it does what I bought it for most of the way, about 75%, but it's still missing that little upper end that I need. So I'm probably going to be replacing this. I'll probably buy something else, like another brand super Strat, like a Charvel or a Schecter. Really looking at the Charvels. I played a Charvel and I loved it because it was a flat neck, you know, a flat fingerboard, excuse me, it wasn't super thin, but it wasn't super thick. It wasn't as thick as this. But yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do here. I do have some videos that you're going to listen to afterwards. It's all camera audio. I didn't have good recording setup at the time to do it, so I used camera audio. But yeah, so check it out. Give it a listen. You know, leave any comments or questions that you have about it. I'll try to answer what I can. I did have the bridge floating. It is no longer floating. It is flat with the body. You know, the floating bridge just for some reason had this weird intonation when I was in other places. So the further I got down the neck and would do chords or arpeggios, I could hear a slight fluctuations in the intonation, so I just flattened it out. Doesn't do that anymore, but of course it makes it way harder to use that bar. But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to be releasing another review probably in the future here. Enjoy the video and latest.
Revive!